Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Long time no speak, that is definitely how it feels. So I'm going to start this vlog off with apologies for not posting in a little while. But if you've been following me for some time now, you'll know that I'm a mum of 6 and I just live a very, very busy, quite chaotic at times life. Just juggling for children that are at various different ages. So you can imagine that they're not all in the same bracket, because if you are new here, I have a nearly 14-year-old, so I have a teenager. Then I have an 11-year-old girl, so the 14-year-old's a boy, 11-year-old girl, a 2-year-old girl, and then a 7-month-old boy. So it is quite chaotic in the sense that they're all at different stages, quite profound different stages of their lives. So it just makes my life quite busy, which I am more than happy with because I love mum life. I really, really do. I love everything that entails with being a mum, and I genuinely do relish in it. If you'd have asked me when I was younger, even, like my late teens, early 20s, if I was going to enjoy mum life, I would have probably said no. So yeah, I've realised once I had my first child that actually, yeah, I absolutely love being a mum. So I wouldn't change it. I really, really wouldn't change it. But it does mean then sitting down in front of the camera to do these vlogs, I have to pick my time wisely. And this time I'm still in my PJs, so apologies. I've not even done my hair. I'm sat in the kids' toy room, so that's why you can see like princess chairs behind me and all sorts of different things. So I am actually in the kids' toy room because I'm just hiding away. The big two have gone to school, my husband's gone to work, and Alana is still in bed. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that she's an absolute lazy moose, and if she graces me with her presence before 11 a.m, then I'm quite lucky, because she does like to sleep in, even though she goes to bed at a complete reasonable time for a 2-year-old. She just loves to sleep. She takes after mum. And Kobe, he is actually down for a nap at the moment as well. So I'm taking full advantage, and I'm jumping on the camera quickly, and I'm going to update you all with what the heck has been going on these last few weeks, because I think it's definitely been at least 2 weeks since I've posted a vlog of any type. But then my way update, I think it's been pretty much almost a month maybe since I've updated you all. And again, apologies for that, but all sorts has been going on, which is no excuse, but all sorts have been going on, and the results, spoiler alert, haven't been that great. So nobody ever wants to jump on camera, do they, and go, yay, guess what I've done, in the most negative way, do they? But I've got to face the music. I've got to get it out there, because when it's out there, it's official, and I've got to do something about it. So I'm pulling my knickers up, I'm pulling my socks up, I'm doing everything that I should do, and I'm just gonna crack on with it and stop messing about, basically, because for this past month, that is pretty much what I've done. I've messed about. And again, if you've been following me for a while, you know that my aim this year is to get to target by the end of the year. So I started in January on the Slimming World plan, and by Christmas this year, I want to be at target, which is a 6 stone loss for me. That's what I want to get off. I want to get 6 stone off, which you might think is an unreasonable amount, but it'll still take me. In fact, I'll still be in that overweight category once I do get to target. Only just, but I still will be. So it's just the way it is. I think I hide it well. Sorry, needed a quick drink. So yeah, I'm not going to mess around with dragging it all out about telling you how I've done. I'm just going to get straight into the thick of it and then chat about it. So today's vlog is a way update, but then it's just a little bit of a catch up and plans moving forward and what we've been up to, that kind of general chit chat, because I do love a good waffle. The food and the talking. The food is the reason why I'm here. So going back a few weeks, we went away at the end of May to London for a weekend, a long weekend with Big Two. The little two stayed at home with my mum. So just because London, we were going away on a rugby weekend and it was going to be really, really busy. We were staying in a hotel. It just wasn't practical to take a 6-month-old then at that time and a 2-year-old, especially because our 2-year-old, Alana, she is an absolute wildling. She is just loose. That is the only way to explain it. She is fearless. She's determined. She's fantastic. Don't get me wrong. She really is. She's absolutely hilarious. But she's just mental, basically. So it wasn't the right place until she settles down, because she is definitely in that 2-year-old bracket. They say terrible twos, and I think it's just, she's just finding a way in the world, isn't she? You know, she's got all these new experiences. She can do all these things now. She's able to communicate a bit better, and the world is literally her oyster at the moment, and she's taking full advantage of it, which is what every 2-year-old does, and it's amazing and it's lovely to see. But to take her to somewhere like London and stop in a hotel and expect her to stay confined and quiet and stuff like that, it's just not practical. So she stayed at home with my mum. I'm one of many, many children, so my mum's got tons of experience with handling kids. And it was just nice for my mum as well to have that bonding experience with the two little ones without mum around all the time, because she got that with Kieran and Alyssa when them two were little. She got that quite a lot as well, and it's just lovely that she gets to have that time with these two little ones as well. So she had a fab weekend, they had a fab weekend, we had a fab weekend, and the big two had a great weekend as well with us, just being us four before the littlies arrived as well. So that was another reason why we did it, so that Kieran and Alyssa could just have mum and dad back again like it used to be before Kobe and Alana arrived, basically. So we all had an amazing weekend, but leading up to that weekend, my head was in holiday mode automatically, like it does if you've ever got anything coming up. You start getting excited for it, don't you? And so the Slimming World plan, I let it slip. I wasn't 100% off plan, but I'd say I was easily 50-50, if not 60-40 to Slimming World. So I wasn't doing too great with it, to be fair. So I weighed in before we went to London, and I maintained that week. And then when we got back from London, the Monday after London, I couldn't go to group just because we had plans on. It was half term. So obviously we was busy, so I couldn't make it to group, which was probably a blessing in disguise, because I would have more than likely had an absolute hefty gain, because if it was edible, I ate it, and if it was drinkable, I drank it. I indulged to my heart's content. I love food. I'm a foodie. I really am. I'm not an emotional eater. I eat for everything. Literally everything. I can be happy, I can be sad, I can be angry. We could go out somewhere, we could celebrate something. Whatever it is in life, I use food as that thing. Everything's based around food, basically. So even when we go on holiday and stuff, where we go has to have good restaurants and nice places to eat and stuff like that, good cuisine. I can't go somewhere and food be the last thought. It's not. It's usually the first one. So yeah, that's the reason why I am the way that I am, because I love food and I love large amounts of it. So when we went to London, I just indulged fantastically. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Knew I was going to do it. Just I didn't plan to switch off so soon leading up to that weekend, if that makes sense. So I went to London, loved it, ate everything, drank everything, like I've already said. And I've been pregnant for pretty much the last couple of years as well. So obviously I don't drink any alcohol or anything like that. And I'm not saying that we went to London and I got blinding drunk, because I really didn't. I wasn't drunk at all. But I could have a glass of wine with my meals, and I could have a beer in the beer garden because it was absolute glorious weather as well while we were down there. I could have those kind of things. Because obviously not pregnant, not breastfeeding anymore or anything like that. So it meant that I could just do the things that I've not done in such a long time. So I really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, missed a hefty gain. I'm more than confident of it. Missed a hefty gain. But then that week we got back from Slimming World, the week we got back from London, it was still half term. My head still wasn't in the plan properly because I enjoyed London so much. I felt like I needed to drag it out a little bit longer. And so that week after going to London, again, wasn't 100% on plan. I'd say it was about 50-50. Every single day I did something, I wouldn't say wrong, but I did something that would have taken me over my sins. Some meals were good, 100% on plan. Other meals, terrible, absolute terrible. And I did go over sins that week and all sorts of different things. I was having too much of my healthy extras. Yeah, I wasn't good. So I've been messing about. So I went to group. I knew I needed to face the scales. Sorry, I'm just going to have a brew break. I knew I needed to face the scales, just draw a line under it, crack on until I went to group and officially saw that number. My head was never going to be back in the game. Never. It just wasn't. And that's what I needed. So I went to group and I weighed in, not this Monday gone, Monday before. So we're talking about the 6th of June now. So at the beginning of June, I weighed in and I was very surprised to see that I had a £1 gain. Not surprised that I'd gained, because that was not the surprise at all. I was surprised that I didn't gain more than what I thought I would have done. But then reflecting back, I did have that like 50-50 week. So I will have pulled it back a little bit, but still obviously gained overall. So put on a £1 on the 6th, which was fine. That took me, and again, if you are new here, I share my weights and stuff like that. I'm not bothered because I am what I am. There's no hiding it. I'm the weight that I am, and if you look at me, yeah, it's obvious. So started very, very back in the beginning at 16 stone 13. That was obviously after I'd given birth and stuff like that. And then on the 6th of June, I was 14 stone 8. So that meant that I gained a £1 because the week previous when I maintained, or the 2 weeks previous when I maintained, I was 14.7, and I only needed a £1 to go to get my 2.5 stone award. So yeah, I was 14.8, which means when I gained that £1, I've got an overall weight loss of 2 stone 5 pounds. And then I went to group. So the week after that, after the 6th, the week after that, again, trying to get back on plan, get my head into it. I'd seen the number on the scales. It was a gain. I was expecting a gain. That was fine. I was happy with that gain because number one, I deserved it. I definitely deserved it. And number two, I actually deserved more. But like I say, I was trying to be good and then I was being naughty and I was flitting back and forth. So I think that's the only reason why I got away with a £1 gain instead of more. And number three, I needed to see it so that I could draw some kind of line under it. And it should have snapped me out of everything and made me get back on it. And it did to a degree, but the week between that week and this Monday just gone, so between the 6th and the 13th of June, sorry, I'm just looking at my book, I had probably around about, I'm going to say around about an 80% week on plan. Yeah, around about 80%. So only every now and again did I go over my sins a little bit. And I had one meal that was off plan as well. But then, you know, like I just kept going off of sins a little bit. And then again, not weighing or measuring my healthy extras properly, which I should do. I know I should do, because if you do what it says on the tin, it works. And yeah, so didn't know what to expect when I went to group on Monday, just gone. But was hoping that it wasn't anything too terrible. Hoping for something that I could work with and that hasn't undone all my hard work, because, you know, up to that point, losing 2 stone 5 pound, I don't want to be back to where I was at the beginning of the year. I don't want to have undone too much work that then I'm looking at £5 before I need to get my 2.5 stone award or more. I would have been really, really angry with myself if I'd have gone to Slimming World last week, this week even, and seen numbers like that would have just basically sabotaged myself, because it's only myself to blame. I know that, and I should just put the food down or just say no. But anybody that loves food as much can more than likely completely relate to your mindset, where your brain goes in that moment. And you just think of self-satisfaction, don't you, really? And just itching that itch you've got with food at that moment, and then the consequences later. So I went to group on Monday and I managed to lose £0.5, which, yep, it's not a lot. Hang on. Instead of me just holding my brew. So, yep, it's not a lot. It's only £0.5. I could probably wee out £0.5. However, it was a loss, and I'm taking it. I'm taking it for the win, and I'm running with it, because now it means that I'm at 2 stone £5.5, which means I'm £1.5 off now from my 2.5 stone award. And seeing that £0.5 loss kind of, it's not a lot. I know it's not a lot, but it kind of rejigged my brain into saying, like, look, you've had a week of where you've been about 80% on plan, and you've been still messing about. What the hell are you doing, basically? Because if that's what I can do when I'm messing about, then if I'm 100% on plan, what are the numbers going to say? What are the numbers going to say? And I know what they'll say, because you can see it all in my book. You know, that gain that I had the previous week is the first time I've gained since starting the plan. So however many weeks I've been doing it, since the beginning of January, not this week, last week's gain was the first gain that I've had, which is an achievement in itself. And that kind of like triggered my brain thinking, you know, if you're not careful, because you've been messing about, you know, maintain only £0.5 loss, and maintain a gain of £1, £0.5 loss. You know, because I'm messing about, I'm going to be right back at the very, very beginning again if I'm not careful. And I refuse to let myself do that, because like I say, this year, 2022, is the year that I get to target. No ifs, no buts. I will drag my fat backside over that finish line, kicking and screaming if I have to. I am my worst enemy, but then my biggest supporter that I need to do it. And I've had my babies. I'm all about getting to where I want to be this year, and that is what I'm trying to do. So yeah, sorry, I know it's like a little bit of a go me speech, and I do apologise for that, but I have to get it out there. Otherwise, if I don't get it out there, then it's never going to happen, is it? I've got to verbalise it and make it happen. And I think that's what a lot of people don't do. And I know I definitely never did it in the past. We wouldn't like try and blow our own trumpet or sing our own praises or really push ourselves and really, you know, like have a stern word with ourselves and be like, look, what do you want out of this year? Or what do you want out of this dieting experience? Or what do you want out of this healthy eating, weight loss, whatever journey? What do you want? And really have a right good word with ourselves. And that is exactly what I've done. So I know the kind of numbers I can see. I mean, I've lost like £5.5, £2, £4.5, £4, a £5, £2.5. You know, so many, another £4, £2, £2. I know that it works. I know that it works if I do it. So that's what I did. I sat myself down and I really gave myself a right good telling off, saying last month was, yeah, it was good. I finished the month, I think, May, with a £3 loss. So I was down rather than up, which is fantastic. But in order for me to get to, sorry, I'm all arms when I'm talking. I'm very wavy. In order for me to get to target, to lose 6 stone in a year, I have to lose on average around about £7 a month. So half a stone a month. That's what I need to do. So I finished The first few months were good because I had quite high losses. I think I lost like £10 in January, £9 in February. March wasn't as much, but then March, April was like an £8. So I've got a little bit of backup from them that can roll over into the other months. But now I am definitely in a deficit. I need to make up that number of poundage because we're in June. So technically I should be at 3 stone, but I'm not. I'm at 2 stone, 5.5 pound now. And I should really be seeing half the year at half the target, which should be 3 stone, and I'm not. I'm not even at 2.5 stone yet. So I need to pull that out. I need to get it sorted and quick. Because at the moment, for the month of June, I'm at £0.5 plus, not minus. I know I lost £0.5, but I put £1 on the previous week. So for June's total is plus £0.5, which I am not finishing the month with plus anything. I'm finishing it with a loss. Even if it's £1 loss, I'm finishing it with a loss. So yeah, that's me telling myself off again. So apologies that you had to hear that, that I'm telling myself off. But it's the only way I get through to myself, is I've got to be stern with myself. Because if I'm not, nobody else is going to be either. Nobody else is going to be. No one else is going to tell me off, which I'm a grown adult. Nobody's going to tell me off. Not even my mum will tell me off. So I've got to do it to myself. I have to have these kind of chats with myself and kick my own butt into gear, because if I don't do it, nobody else is going to, because this is my journey. And again, I'm sure that other people out there can relate, that you just need to like sit yourself down and really have a good word and say, what do you want? You know, what's more important? Is eating unhealthy food in copious amounts, because that's what I do. I won't just eat a couple of slices of pizza. I will eat the whole thing, plus chips, plus garlic bread. I'm terrible. Or is getting to target more important? And this year, getting to target is definitely more important, because I've not been overweight all my life. I haven't. All the way through my childhood, I was a normal weight. All the way through my teen years, I was a normal weight. And even to the very early 20s, I was a normal weight. And it was when I settled down with my husband. So thanks, Kev, I'm blaming you. It was when I settled down with my husband. We met each other at 22. And it was when you get happy and you're in love and you're in that bubble. And then Kieran came along when I was 26. And that is when the weight just started and never went away. I mean, I think I put on 5 stone with Kieran when I was pregnant with him, because I definitely use that motto that I'm eating for 2, even though as a midwife, I know that that's not the case. You only need about, on average, 200 calories extra in your 3rd trimester. That's it. But I didn't. It was like I was Octo mum giving birth to 8 babies instead, and I was eating for everybody. So yeah, I put on a lot of weight with Kieran and then never lost it, and then got pregnant again, and you know how the cycle goes. And then just being a busy mum, convenience foods, easy, quick. The kids wanted McDonald's and stuff. I'd indulge them because that's secretly what I wanted. So I'd be like, oh yeah, let's go on then for the kids. But it wasn't really, it was for me. So yeah, I've had a word with myself. And this week, so far, we're on Thursday today. So again, apologies that it's late out, but got to snap it when I can. I've got to take it when I can, and this is the time that I've got free. I'm actually surprised I've got through 24 minutes of complete waffle without being disturbed by one of the littlies yet. So I better wrap it up shortly, because otherwise I'm not going to get to finish it. So what was I saying? Nope. Completely forgot what I was saying. See, this is why I shouldn't go on a tangent, because I do forget what I was saying. McDonald's for the kids. I'm going to have a look. 1 second. Sorry about that. So I've had a look, and I was talking about this week, wasn't I? And guess who's come to join me? So I spoke far too soon saying that I've not been disturbed by any of the littlies, didn't I? Because as soon as I went to go and have a look again, I had, oh, And Kobe was wide awake, weren't you, darling? Say hello. Also, I would like to just apologise for the state of me, because just looking back at the video then, I'm like, oh my goodness, Andrea, you actually look like you've been dragged through a hedge backwards, plus ran over by a truck or something like that, because I do look terrible. So I apologise, but next time I come on the video and the vlog, I will make sure that I am a little bit more presentable. But again, I'm snapping it when I can, and now is the time, even before I brush my hair or even got changed. So that's why I just took advantage. So apologies if I've scared anyone. But yeah, I was talking about how this week's gone. So I am happy to report that so far I've been on plan 100%. I've taken pictures of absolutely everything, and then what I'm going to do this week is I am going to do a what I eat, but it's going to be a what I eat in a week, just because, again, just busyness, and I apologise for that. I'm going to just do everything that I've eaten this week and then put it all together, and I'm going to keep it short and snappy. She says quite a lot, like probably half an hour into a vlog now, just talking away, but I'm going to keep that one short and snappy so you can see everything that I've eaten this week. And oh, hello, and then my results on Monday as well. So I'll post that on Sunday, everything that I've eaten this week, and then Monday it'll be back to my weighing update and see how I've actually done. But yeah, I have genuinely, hand on heart, I've had 100% on plan week so far. Not always had breakfast every morning, so I've not included breakfasts on my what I eat, just because if I've had something, it's just been fruit or maybe a yogurt. That's literally it, and nobody wants to see the same thing every time. Over the weekend, I am planning on having some different things, so like full Englishes and things like that. So if I do make something exciting, then I'll show you it. But all my lunches, all my dinners, all my snacks, desserts, things like that, I have made sure that I've taken pictures of everything, and then I'm just going to go through everything. I'm going to do like a bit of a sit down vlog and just go through everything that I've eaten. But like I said, I will keep it short and snappy so that you can see. And I've had some new things this week as well, which has been good. Kept it simple, but I've had some new things just to try and like spice it up a little bit and keep everything interesting. So that's been really, really good. So yeah, I'm hoping that I at least get £1.50 off for Monday when my Slimming World leader came round and asked what everybody wanted off this week. I did turn around and said £5. So looking back on that, I was probably a little bit ahead in the clouds, a little bit maybe too determined, because if you don't see that number, then you might feel a bit gutted. But knowing that I was probably over edging my bets, I'm not going to be disappointed if I don't see £5. I would love to see it, but I'm not going to be disappointed, because the realist in me knows that hopefully it'll be a couple of pounds. And if it is a couple of pounds, then I've got my 2.5 stone award, which is what I'm aiming for, basically. That's what I want. Yeah. Are you saying hi? Are you saying hi? Look at the state of mummy, and then look how beautiful you are. So yeah, as long as I get my 2.5 stone award, which is £1.5 away, then I'm going to be happy, and it's going to have restored my faith in myself, not the plan, because I know that the plan works. Otherwise I wouldn't be 2 stone £5.5 down already. I know the plan works. It's restoring faith in myself that I can actually do it. So yeah, I hope I haven't bored you all to death. I hope you've managed to make your way all the way through this vlog, because yeah, I apologise for just going around the block and then going through the forest and then going around the block again. But I do tend to go around in circles quite a lot, don't I? But I just need to get it out there. I just need to get it off my chest, and that's what my channel's all about. It's all about, you know, what's going through my brain at the time, what I'm up to, how I'm eating, how the slimming journey's going, health journey, weight loss, everything. It's everything all rolled into one. So I need to just get it off my chest, and it's a bit like a counselling session for me, a bit of therapy, and I do like it. I definitely do. So why I've avoided coming back on and not doing it, I know the reason why. It's because I gained. But you've just got to reel it. You've got to own it, don't you? And realise it and just get on with it, because just because I'm not saying it doesn't mean it didn't happen, and it definitely did happen. So yeah, I've drawn a line under it. Oh, Kobe's now eating my face. I wouldn't, Kobe. I've got a lot of weight to lose. I'm going to be very high in sins. Yeah, I've got a lot of weight to lose. I just need to crack on now, because we're in June. We're halfway through June. And if I want to get that target certificate as my Christmas present this year, which that is my Christmas present to myself this year, then I need to pull my finger out in a major way. And I've got a few little things that I am doing this week. So I'm making sure that I get out with the dog every day, going for walks. I'm not trying to hit 10,000 steps. I'm trying to hit 6,000 steps a day, just because 10,000 with having such a busy life, it's a little bit unrealistic at the moment. I'm trying to make sure that I drink at least 2 litres water a day, not relying on pop. I'm trying to make sure that I get more sleep, so go to bed at an earlier time. I'm trying to make sure that I finish eating at a reasonable time, so not eating past 7 o'clock. Stick to plan 100%, weigh and measure all my healthy extras. I've got like a little list of things that I'm trying to aim for. I've got about 10 points on there, and those are just some of them that I mentioned. In fact, I think they're pretty much all of them that I'm like, pretty much a lot of them that I mentioned. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So I hope all of you are having a better time than me and seeing those numbers on the scales if you're doing any form of weight loss. If you're not, and you're just here because you enjoy watching these kind of vlogs, then I just hope you're having a fabulous week as well, because that's what we all need, don't we? The sun is shining. It's lovely. I've had to close the curtains because it's so sunny this morning. Life is a bit miserable with the prices of everything going up everywhere, so we've got to take the little pleasures in life where we can, don't we? So even if that's just for a nice little free walk outside, then so be it. But yeah, I hope you're all having an amazing week. You're keeping well. Thank you so much for watching and putting up with it all. I'm only a couple of 100 subscribers off of 1,000. So again, I would love that to be another little Christmas present for myself, that I get to that 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, if you can do, that would be amazing. I appreciate it so much. And as always, if you've enjoyed this vlog, if you can give it a big thumbs up, then I know that I'm going in the right direction. And yeah, I will catch you all on the next one, which should be my what I eat this week, and hopefully Monday a weight loss. So fingers crossed. So yeah, take care of yourselves. I'll catch you all next time. Thank you so much for watching, and bye. Say bye-bye. Bye. You can't wave yet.